Alright, attraction has different lenses and your archetype controls which one people see. Your face, your body and your aesthetic all send signals, and when they are misaligned, attraction collapses. In this video, I'll show you 3 archetypes that decide how people perceive you in the real world and how you can actually find the one that fits you. So let's start with the facial archetype. Here we have the natural masculine archetype. So the natural masculine archetype, these guys have a lot of exaggerated features. They have big noses, very strong jawlines, very exaggerated eye ridge. You get my point. Then we go on straight onto the pretty boy archetype. So the pretty boy archetype, they really have feminine features. They have less to no jawline at all. You get my point. And these guys, if they put on a wig, you can definitely say that they're women. I don't want this to sound crazy, but that's just how pretty boys are. You get my point. Then we go straight onto the Chad archetype. Of course, good facial structure is a must for a Chad. Strong jaw. Then we go on straight onto the Prince archetype. So the Prince archetype is like a mixture between the pretty boy and the robust pretty boy. You get me? Because if you look at the Prince archetype, his facial features are not that robust like the robust pretty boy, but also they are not that soft like the pretty boy himself. So the Prince archetype is a mixture of the robust pretty boy and a pretty boy. Then we go straight onto the robust pretty boy. So the robust pretty boy is a more masculine pretty boy. So honestly, I already have a video about this out in the channel which goes into detail on these archetypes. Go watch this video after that. Then let's go straight onto the body archetypes. So the body archetypes are very self-explanatory. We have the skinny archetype. You're either skinny, you're either fat, you're either athletic, you're either an ogre. Now this is where attraction becomes visible, because your aesthetic is the first thing people judge. Before you speak, before you move, before they know your name. So there are 2 core aesthetic archetypes and almost everyone is a hybrid of them. So we have the classy archetype. The classy archetype is clean, sharp and very controlled. It's mostly like the formal look. So this archetype signals authority, maturity and high status. Then we go straight onto the street archetype. This has to be the most fun aesthetic to be in because you can play around with a lot of outfits and a lot of styles in your closet. You understand? So the street archetype is very broad also, including a lot of crazy shit going on there. Then we go straight onto the hybrids. So this archetype gets the most attraction because it balances safety and excitement at the same time, because we have the classy and the street archetype. If you actually combine those, you actually get a very nice fit in general. But of course, the street archetype most of the times can win. It really depends on the occasion, because you can actually have more than 2 aesthetic looks. You get me? You can have the classy look, you can have the street look. It doesn't really necessarily mean you have to be strict on one style, bro. You get me? Then we go straight onto the high fashion and low fashion archetypes. So the high fashion archetypes, these are guys who exaggerate everything. You get me? If it is street, they have that drip. They're really putting on everything to make sure that they get their attention. If it is classy, these guys are wearing every classy material they own. They're putting all the rings. You know what I'm saying, right? They just exaggerate everything. Then we go straight onto the low fashion archetypes. So with low fashion, guys can always dress down, if it is classy or street, by being very minimal and not caring. You get me? So this is more on if you just put on a shirt, a short, just basic outfits. You get me? So that's when you can dress down onto these low fashion archetypes. So with everything going on, you have to actually find your aesthetic archetype. You get me? But anything else anyone will say is bullshit, because your face doesn't decide your aesthetic. You can choose to wear whatever you want. For you to find your aesthetic archetype, you need to admire, you need to like it, you need to dream of it, because if you want to dress like that, you have to want to dress like that. Meaning that right now, to find your aesthetic archetype, it's just in you. What do you like? When I show you these images on the screen, what do you see that, man, I like this more, I prefer this? You get my point? It doesn't mean that, bro, wear this, wear that. Nah, man. It it's a short life we live in, so we don't have to, you know, copy whatever is going on, but you have to find what you like and then go towards that. Of course, you can always add in a little trends, you get me? Whatever is trending, you can always come up and, you know, add one trending piece onto your outfit. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go crazy, you get me? But you always have to know, what do you like? Do you like the classy look? Do you like the mafia look? Do you like the street look more? You get what I'm saying? So I hope this video helps you out, and subscribe because there are lots of videos coming soon. Subscribe, like the video, share this with your friends.